Muscle cramps. The muscles in your legs are made up of bundles of fibers that alternately contract and expand to produce movement. A cramp is a sudden, involuntary contraction, tightening, of one of these muscles, typically in your calf. Cramps can last anywhere from a few seconds to several minutes. They can be mild, or intense enough to wake you out of a sound sleep. A sudden, painful muscle spasm in the leg is called a Charley horse. It is named after baseball player Charley Horse, who reportedly suffered from frequent cramps back in the 1880s. What are muscle spasms or muscle cramps? One of the many things to go wrong as we age is the often painful involuntary contraction of muscles in our legs and sometimes other areas. The medical definition of this is the contraction of a muscle or muscle group that is unintentional. If the contraction is sustained for more than several seconds, it moves from being a muscle in spasm to a muscle cramp. In other words, the process begins as a muscle spasm, which is a tightening of the muscle, and if it persists it becomes a cramp. Neither of these conditions is voluntary, meaning we did not intentionally tighten the muscle as we might when lifting a weight. They can involve part or all of a muscle, or several muscles in a group. The most common sites for muscle spasms are the thighs, calves, feet, hands, arms and abdomen. When occurring in the calves, especially, such cramps are known as Charley horses. A leg cramp that happens at night when you're at rest or asleep is called a nocturnal leg cramp. Muscle cramps are sudden, involuntary contractions that occur. Leg cramps most often affect the gastrocnemius muscle, calf muscle, which spans the back of each leg from the ankle to the knee. However, they can also affect the muscles at the front of each thigh, quadriceps, and the back of each thigh, hamstrings. The intense pain of a cramp can awaken you at night or make it difficult to walk. A sudden, sharp pain, lasting from a few seconds to 15 minutes, is the most common symptom of a muscle cramp. In some cases, a bulging lump of muscle tissue beneath the skin can accompany a cramp as well. Symptoms of muscle cramp. It is easy to self-diagnose muscle spasms and cramps. The most important sign is intense pain caused by the extreme tightening of the muscle. The pain is localized at the site of the muscle. There may be tenderness on touching the muscle with one's hands. There always is the sensation of a tense or tight muscle that feels very hard compared to other relaxed muscles. The spasm may last only a few seconds or up to 15 minutes. The longer the cramp lasts, the more likely the muscle will be sore for a prolonged period after the acute pain has subsided. Writer's cramp. The cramps can and often do impair function. For example, writer's cramp occurs in muscles of the hand, making it impossible to write. Or, there can be cramps in leg muscles that make walking or running difficult. The most common site of a cramp as we age is in the calf. Causes of muscle cramp. Overuse of a muscle, dehydration, muscle strain, or simply holding a position for a prolonged period can cause a muscle cramp. In many cases, however, the cause isn't known. Although most muscle cramps are harmless, some may be related to an underlying medical condition, such as 1. Inadequate blood supply, narrowing of the arteries that deliver blood to your legs, arteriosclerosis of the extremities. It can produce cramp-like pain in your legs and feet while you're exercising. These cramps usually go away soon after you stop exercising. 2. Nerve compression, compression of nerves in your spine, lumbar stenosis, also can produce cramp-like pain in your legs. The pain usually worsens the longer you walk. Walking in a slightly flexed position, such as you would use when pushing a shopping cart ahead of you, may improve or delay the onset of your symptoms. 3. Mineral depletion, low levels of any of the following minerals that contribute to healthy muscle function may also cause muscle cramps: calcium, potassium, sodium, magnesium. 4. Diuretics, medications often prescribed for high blood pressure, also can deplete these minerals. 5. Low blood supply to your legs and feet can cause cramping in those areas when you exercise, walk, or participate in physical activities. 6. Muscle injuries and dehydration can also trigger cramps. Dehydration is the excessive loss of fluids in the body. In some cases, a medical condition can cause muscle cramps. These conditions include 7. Spinal nerve compression, which can cause muscle cramps in your legs when walking or standing. 8. Alcoholism. 9. Pregnancy. 10. Kidney failure. 11. Hypothyroidism, or low thyroid gland function. Other factors that may contribute to nighttime leg cramps include 12. Sedentary lifestyle. Muscles need to be stretched regularly to function properly. Sitting for long periods of time could make leg muscles more susceptible to cramping. 13. Muscle overexertion. Too much exercise can create an overworked muscle and may be associated with muscle cramps. 14. Improper sitting position. Sitting with your legs crossed or your toes pointed for long periods of time shortens the calf muscles, which could lead to cramping. 15. Prolonged standing. Research suggests that people who stand for long periods of time at work are more likely to experience nocturnal leg cramps. 16. Abnormal nerve activity. According to electromyographic studies, leg cramps are associated with increased, abnormal nerve firing. 17. Shortening of the tendons. The tendons, which connect muscles and bones, shorten naturally over time. This could lead to cramping in the muscles. Other causes. 18. Addison's disease. 19. Parkinson's disease. 20. Type 2 diabetes. 21. Sarcoidosis. 22. Cirrhosis. 23. Vascular disease. 24. In addition, medications can contribute to leg cramps, such as birth control pills, diuretics, naproxen, albuterol, and asthma medication, statins. How are muscle spasms diagnosed? Your doctor will need to know, in addition to your medical history and medications, information about how long the cramps last, what the muscle spasms feel like, when the muscle spasms started, and the other symptoms you're experiencing. You don't need to see your doctor unless you have a Charley horse along with one of these conditions: weakness, numbness, vomiting, diarrhea, or severe sweating, which can cause dehydration, drinking too much alcohol. Your doctor will ask about your symptoms and medical history. They'll also do a physical exam. They might order blood tests, muscle tests, or MRI exams to look for a health condition that can cause cramps. Charley horse treatment. The treatment for a cramp is what we in medicine term supportive. That means stopping what one is doing that could have precipitated the cramp. Next, is to massage the muscle areas attempting to relax the muscle. Drink fluids with some electrolytes like Gatorade. Take a warm shower or a bath. Some recommend either heat or cold applied to the affected muscle. If the pain persists after the muscle has relaxed, over-the-counter analgesics, acetaminophen, ibuprofen, or naproxen, may be used to combat the residual soreness. If you get a Charley horse in your calf or in the back of your thigh, hamstring, put your weight on the affected leg and bend your knee slightly. Or sit or lie down with your leg out straight and pull the top of your foot toward your head. For a cramp in the front of your thigh, quadriceps, hold onto a chair and bend the knee of the affected leg. Pull your foot up toward your buttock. Massage. A bath with Epsom salts, or a heating pad can relax the muscle. To fight pain, use an ice pack or take an over-the-counter medication like ibuprofen or naproxen. In most cases, the Charley horse will stop within a few minutes. But if you get them often and for no clear reason, tell your doctor. Charley horse prevention. To help stop cramps before they start, eat more foods high in vitamins and magnesium. Stay hydrated. Stretch daily and before exercise. Stretching before exercise can help prevent tight muscles. Daily stretching can help with cramps caused by other things. Wear comfortable shoes. Alcohol. Limit how much alcohol you drink. Don't smoke. Always exercise in moderation and build up to increased amounts. Don't exercise right after you eat. Proper stretching before and after exercise is key to preventing cramps related to exercise. Calf stretching is particularly important before or after exercise. As for nighttime cramps, the best prevention is to stay well hydrated, avoid alcohol or caffeine before bedtime. Eat a balanced diet that has the recommended dietary requirements for vitamins and minerals. Foods rich in calcium, potassium, and magnesium are essential. Gently stretch muscles that have caused cramps before going to bed. Avoid assuming positions of the body that seem to cause cramping at night or during the day. Do not smoke. Muscle spasms and cramping are increasingly common as we age. They generally are a benign problem that is self-limited and often preventable. If cramping increases despite good efforts at prevention, consult with your physician. Muscle cramps in most people resolve on its own and medical treatment is unnecessary. Because of the spontaneous resolution, it has been difficult to determine the real effectiveness of medications. To date, the majority of medications used to treat muscle cramps have low efficacy and even their therapeutic action is unreliable or unpredictable. What works in one person may not work in another person.